and welcome back to the table. Today I wanted to take you along on a quiet little journey. While on our family vacation to Cape Cod, we took a day to visit historical Plymouth. This is a place filled with so many layers of stories, memories, and reflections. Since this video will be coming out around the 4th of July, I wanted to share this peaceful look back at where so much of our country's history began, and look at it with open, mindful eyes. So grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's explore together. Before stepping into the Welcome Center, we got to catch a beautiful, brief glimpse of the grounds. It's so expansive and green and immediately makes you feel connected to the environment. Stepping into the Welcome Center, you feel a quiet shift in how the history is shared here. The museum is called Plimoth Patuxet now, which explicitly includes the Indigenous name for the land, which honors the people who lived here for thousands of years before anyone else arrived. It sets such a respectful, educational tone right from the start. There's also a movie theater, which gives you a little bit of background, as well as artwork, different images to help set the scene of the area. Walking down the pathway towards the home site, enjoying nature. There's even a spot that invites you to sit and bathe in the wilderness. And then we arrive at the homestead. What I truly appreciated about this space is how deeply dedicated they are to the culture and respecting it. Instead of role-playing characters from the past, the Indigenous staff here speak from a modern perspective, sharing authentic oral traditions, cultures, and skills passed down through the generations. You get to hear the crackling of the wood fire, feel the texture of the bark houses, and realize that history isn't just something in a book. It's a living story. It feels so peaceful here, yet deeply grounded in honoring the people of the land. This little guy riding a boat just made me so happy. It's just so beautiful and peaceful there. My daughter even got to get hands-on, which she loved, being involved. Next, we made our way into the craft center. And here you get to watch artisans keeping historical crafts alive, shaping clay, knitting, weaving, working with traditional materials. And after that, you can step into the gift shop and see all the beautiful pieces of handcrafted replicas available to buy. Something tangible to take home with you. From there, we began our walk back in time to the 1627 English village. The contrast is fascinating. Seeing it up close is really cool to see. Here, the actors portray real people who lived on the Mayflower, speaking in old dialects, seeing the different items in their homes, what someone's house might have looked like, feeling like you're going back in time and joining them in their life. It's definitely something that you can't experience in a history book. Seeing the plants that they planted, the gardens that they planted, seeing the fences and little trinkets they might have had. We actually got to chat with one of them. She was building up her floor here, and my family asked her how they got along with her neighbors, and she answered so accurately, staying perfectly in character while sharing how they navigated their new lives. She explained that these houses weren't meant to be permanent, but temporary, which is why they didn't really build it up much. It was meant to be functional, only the necessities, only the things they could get access to and bring with them. Each house had such personality. We thought it was funny seeing the scarecrow in the field. If you know Bo Burnham, you'll get that joke. We ended our time inside a lovely little home specifically designed for children. They can interact with the clothes, the games. Before leaving the main grounds, we looped back to the Welcome Center for a moment. We found this display called the Mayflower. I thought that was so cute and silly. There was a miniature replica of the Mayflower. And also a miniature replica that you could turn on of the Grist Mill, which is a perfect little preview of where we're heading next. Next, we headed down to the actual Plimoth Grist Mill, located on the peaceful waters of Town Brook. This is a working reproduction of the original mill, built on the exact same site back in 1636 by a pilgrim named John Jenny. Before this mill was built, the colonists had to spend hours pounding corn by hand using mortars and pestles. Standing inside, you can feel the deep rhythmic vibrations of the massive 200-year-old French burr millstone. The water wheel outside captures the energy of the brook, turning a series of heavy wooden gears below that spin the stones above to scissor the grain into fresh flour and cornmeal. Watching the whole process is mesmerizing. Such a beautiful reminder of early technology, and it's wonderful that they still use it today to supply local bakeries and restaurants. We even took a bag home. Actually, a couple bags. I thought this little joke area was really funny as well. What would you get if you crossed a turkey with an evil spirit? A poultrygeist. It's so cute. Outside, you get to hear the water, and there's a worker who lets you mill some of the flour. My daughter really enjoyed doing that. She was a little shy, but usually her curiosity wins over. A short way down from the mill takes us to the famous Plymouth Rock, resting inside its grand stone canopy. It's actually a lot smaller than I expected. And right next to the rock is the spectacular Mayflower II, a full-scale reproduction of the original ship. It's breathtaking to see it sitting so quietly on the water. The ship is a fully working vessel, and it's actually getting ready for a journey to participate in Sail Boston in July, celebrating the nation's 250th anniversary. Looking up at the towering spars and thick ropes, the living quarters and beds, it's hard to imagine over 100 people living cramped inside a wooden shell for months across the Atlantic. Walking through these historic spaces just reminds me so much of how our country was founded. But it also invites a quiet moment of mindfulness. It's important to remember, even in a soft and relaxing setting like this, that this land was already a home to others, and the history of colonization carries a lot of weight. Sharing that truth gently and respectfully feels like the right way to honor everybody's story. Finishing up on the Mayflower, we get to see the last section. I believe this is where the navigation took place, or will take place. And my daughter got to ring the bell, which made her very happy. So as we drive away and head back from our little excursion, my heart feels very full. It was a beautiful day of learning and reflecting and just being present with the family. Thank you so much for spending these quiet minutes with me. I hope you have a beautiful, peaceful, and mindful 4th of July week. Sleep well, friends. And I'll see you soon in our next full vacation video very soon.